We're wrapping things up here in Annapolis after a couple of weeks in the harbor, and I'm sure it'll come to no surprise that we've decided to sail south for the winter, ideally to the Bahamas. We've got a lot of water to cover between here and there, and I can promise it'll be a journey down the coast you won't want to miss. Before we can take off though, we have a couple of odds and ends that we need to wrap up here in Annapolis.
When we decided to replace our mainsail, we chose to move from the Dutchman sail fleeking system to a lazy bag, lazy jack system. The Dutchman system used two vertical control lines passing through the sail from the bottom up to the top. These control lines helped the sail fold neatly as it was dropped. The system did work well, however, I didn't want to poke a bunch of new holes in our brand new sail, and each time we were done sailing, we had to put a sail bag over the sail to protect it from the sun. The lazy jack and bag system fundamentally does the same thing, however, the jack lines guide the sail down onto the boom like bumpers on a bowling alley. Once the sail is guided down, the bag it falls into can be easily zipped shut, protecting the sail from the sun. Ultimately, this saves us time and a little bit of a headache. Moving to the lazy jack system required us to install an extra pair of cleats to tie the jack lines to. Adding the two cleats was mostly straightforward. After locating the best position on the mast and marked the first screw location, I used a combination drill and tap bit to drill and tap the holes in one go. Since I'm using stainless steel screws and an aluminum mast, we have to worry about galvanic corrosion. Galvanic corrosion occurs when there's two dissimilar metals come in contact in a saltwater environment. To prevent the corrosion, I'm using this product called Lanacoat. It's a sticky and smelly product that has great water and corrosion protection properties. Each of the bolts got a generous application of the stuff.
I know that's not a proper cleat, but since this is Dyneema and so slippery, I did a couple extra loops there just to make sure she doesn't slip, and I don't think she will. Now we'll have to monitor it and we'll see how it goes, but I'm excited. We finally have a stack pack.
With projects out of the way, we took a final stroll through Spa Creek, and then it was an early night to bed so we could get going first thing in the morning. Looks like we aren't the only ones who decided to leave Annapolis today. There's like several other boats out here sailing south.
We're sailing wing on wing. We got the head sail and the jib fully up, and Teresa is currently trying to prepare my sweatpants. She's almost done. Yeah, we got full main up, full jib, Genoa out. Really wishing we would have got the pole right about now.
The unfortunate thing with sailing wing on wing without a whisker pull right now as we're heading dead downwind is the head sail likes to collapse. Getting a whisker pull will definitely be something on our list. But we're making good progress. We're doing about 5 to 6 knots and about 3 to 4 apparent, about 10 to 12 true. So we should get to Solomans pretty quick in about 10 hours or so.
We spent the night anchored at Solomans Island, and then it was another early morning back on the water. Dylan brought the chain up that morning, and while helping guide the swivel through the bow roller, the chain jumped off the windlass and started free-falling. Thanks to his quick thinking, he was able to quickly stop the chain from letting out and locked it back on. Ultimately, if the chain slips and starts free running, you could lose both your chain and your anchor if the end isn't secured. Check this out. Since leaving Sandusky, we have traveled over 1,000 nautical miles. It's pretty exciting.
About 7 a.m. The sun has just come up, and we're going to pick up anchor. We got here at Deltaville last night, and we're going to head to Hospital Point in Norfolk, Virginia. We may hang out there for a day or two, check out Norfolk, and then continue heading south. So we already got the engine running. We're going to go ahead and pick up the anchor and get on moving, try to beat the current that's going to start switching about noon. And it's going to be peak, I think about 1 p.m. It's going to be about a knot and a half of cancer, which is not going to be fun, in motor at 6 knots. So let's get moving.
As we're passing through Norfolk, Virginia, we got to see several huge aircraft carriers, 69 and 78, I believe. If anyone knows which ships those are, put it down in the comments below. And if anyone recognizes any of these other ships, also, please let us know. It looks like this one, that has the cranes on it, is a support vessel that allows refueling at sea. If everyone recognizes these two vessels, also put down in the comments below what they are. It looks like that aft cargo bay can be intentionally flooded to launch and recover other floating vessels.
How was the trip today?
The trip was good. When we were on the Chesapeake, there was nothing really going on, but it was really rolly throughout most of the trip until we got into Norfolk. And then we got to go past the naval base, which was really cool because we got to see a lot of the ships there. There's a couple of aircraft carriers and some other large naval ships, and that was all really cool. And we also had dolphins off of our bow, which was really cool and exciting. They didn't stay for long. Something spooked them. It was really busy, so there's like no telling what happened, but they did come up real quick and say hello before they swam off. So that was really exciting.
We also saw a massive container ship.
Yeah.
Leaving port.
Yes.
Blocking the entire channel.
Yeah, that was a little nerve-wracking because there was a lot of traffic, and as it was getting backed up, ended up blocking the entire channel. So that was a little nerve-wracking because there was a lot of traffic, and with us, we kind of went outside of the channel to get around him, but then had to worry about him moving and starting his propeller and pushing a lot of water. So thankfully it ended up not being as big of a deal as it could have been. But I think it was just a lot happening. Once we got past that, then it was pretty easy the rest of the way in. That's it for now. In our next video, we're going to start making our way down the ICW through Virginia and North Carolina. Thanks for watching.